Today it seems like you can't turn the TV on without hearing something about police brutality or police misconduct. So today I'm going to talk to you about the subject of police brutality and like why it's such a major problem, even though the media makes it seem like it's not. So I'm going to discuss 2015 more because that was the worst year for police brutality than any other year. And I'm also going to discuss how police aren't held to the same accountability to laws and stuff as we are as citizens. So currently I'm a criminal justice major, so this topic comes up a lot in my classes with papers and stuff like that. But I'm nowhere near like a credible source or anything like that. So my main ideas are going to be facts from 2015 and then also talking about how cops are held to a different standard than we are. So police brutality is at an all-time high right now. It's increased significantly over the last couple of years. 2015 doubled in police shootings and killings than 12, 13, 14. So Washington Post said that in 2015, 986 people were killed by cops, and then another couple hundred were shot and wounded and sent to the hospital for injuries and such like that. And this isn't just a southern thing, a northern thing, or anything like that. Every single state but Rhode Island experienced some sort of police brutality or police misconduct in 2015. So some of the stats from 2015 is what I'm going to go over now, just kind of give you a point to tell you why it's such a problem and stuff like that today. So from January 1st to May 31st in 2015, 464 people were killed. So just 150 days in the new year, there was already 460 American citizens that lost their lives. So that, to give you a better perspective of that, about 3 people per day were getting killed by law enforcement officers. And then to go on and talk about how they're not held to the same standard as we are regarding laws and stuff. Any town you go to, you can see a cop running red lights, stoplights, speeding and stuff like that. But if we were to do that, we would get tickets, pulled over and stuff like that. So Wall Street Journal said over the course of 7 years, 41 officers were convicted of crimes. Just over 7 years. And last year there was 986 killings. And then Christian Science Monitor said that there was 11,000 officers facing misconduct cases and such like that, and only 3,386 were actually prosecuted and had fines, and some were incarcerated. So, but as for us, knowledge helps us in this thing. We need to help. I'm not trying to make cops seem like the bad guys or anything like that, because in the end of the day, they're just people also like we are. They're just trying to get home to their families and friends and stuff like that. So for us to make it easier for them, we just need to listen to them. Don't make anything rough. Like at a traffic stop, if he wants you to get out of the car, just get out of the car. Don't try to fight it, put it on social media or anything like that. If you listen to them, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm going to show you a PowerPoint to give you more of a visual representation of like what I was talking about. So this chart right here shows that we are leading the world in police brutality rates of citizens killed by cops. This is from 2012, and it shows that we had almost 390 killings, and then England, Australia, and Germany didn't even have 20, so combined. So it is a big major problem here in the United States that needs to be discussed. And then this also goes back on how they're not held at the same standard that we are. This right here is from 2006, general population convicted was 68% of people that committed crime were convicted, and on top of that, 48 of them were incarcerated and were sent to prison and such like that. And then from 2009 to 2010, there was 33% cops were convicted of crimes and only 12% were incarcerated. So that just goes to show that the judicial system isn't fair in any way for such. So then that brings me to my conclusion, and also it's like, again, I'm not trying to make cops seem like the bad guys or anything like that, because it's not them, it's the system that they were taught in and what we're being like brought up. The judicial system needs help, and I think law enforcement needs a better understanding of how to train their officers and such like that. So I kind of gave you an idea with some stats and some facts about police officers and police brutality in 2015 on why it's such a big problem. But as people, we are here to make the change. We need to team up with officers and stuff like that to help change the system. So thank you for listening.